Alright, so the 180SX is about to get a big makeover. Getting it ready for the track day. All of our oil, so we're using GL4 MT90 75W90 for the transmission, and we're going to be using GL5 75W90 for the diff. I have a lot of stuff piled right here. We have a rear trans seal. Ours is leaking. It's been dropping fluid a little bit every once in a while. We have a friction modifier or additive. That should help out the LSD. It should help it not clunk as much, and it really needs it because it's an LSD. We also got some redline oil. We're using 10W40, and we got our oil filter. And this is just liquid gasket. So we're going to be changing the diff fluid and the transmission fluid today, and we're still waiting on the oil filter relocation before we put this in. We also have our oil pressure gauge. Pro Sport comes with a sensor, comes with a, this is the plug for the wire, and then this is a little bit piggyback wire for our power. So that way we don't have to run a separate power cord. We can just plug this into the back of the other one because it's going to be sitting right beside the AFR gauge anyways. So we got all the wheels done. We got all of this stuff to put on the car. And after we get all this stuff done, all we're going to need is tires for those wheels and pick a track day and go. Super excited. Hoping once I get these on the car, they won't look as bad with the barrels not being done, because the faces aren't too bad. They're not the best, but they're not too bad. First time ever like sanding and polishing, so yeah, tonight we're going to do all that, and I'll keep y'all updated on when the oil filter relocation comes in. Alright, it's a different day. We're still working on the 180. We did get the trans fluids done. We did not get the diff done because I didn't have a swivel socket the right size. But I did bring one home from work, so now we can do that today. We got a lot of gear oil everywhere in the driveway. Do the diff service. We didn't change out the rear transmission seal. Again, because we didn't have the tools. And I wanted to do the trans service, so I went ahead and did it. Still have this though, so probably going to do another service before our second track day, and then I'll just go ahead and use that whenever we do that. And yeah, we're still waiting on the oil filter relocation, but I am going to go ahead and do the diff fluid change. I want to see if it kind of quietens some of the clunking that it's doing. It is an LSD, so it's going to clunk, but it's doing it a lot. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing jacked up. We're spilling gear oil everywhere. Oh well. I don't really want any of this in the diff anyways. Not that it won't hurt it. If I put that fluid in the transmission, it'll hurt it, but if I put the transmission fluid in the diff, it shouldn't really cause too many problems. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to get to work on this. Okay, now that we are underneath the car, here is the fill plug on the side. This is what I couldn't get last night. I didn't want to drain it before I checked the fill plug. I did not have a swivel on me, but today I do. So I've already cracked it loose. We just have to get it the rest of the way out, and then we're going to go ahead and drain it. And then fill it up with our pump. The underside of my car is looking pretty clean for what it is. Not very rusty, not many issues. I'm going to have to take it to get a line soon, so hopefully everything will work out. Alright, it's been a couple days since I last recorded, but we now have our oil filter relocation, as well as our oil lines, adapters, oil filter, all ready to go on the car. So I'm going to give this my best effort, because these leak a lot. So basically, if you don't know how this works, basically this is an adapter. It's going to screw onto the block, and it's not necessarily recommended to. I'm not going to recommend you do it, but I'm doing it because I've had them backed off, and I've had buddies who have had these back out. I'm putting blue Loctite on the inside and outside threads before I screw on this. So this will screw on where your oil filter normally screws onto, and then it's going to have two lines, and they're labeled in and out. And it's basically just going to run to this, which I can mount anywhere in the engine bay as long as the lines can reach it. And it's going to put our oil filter up top, and it has these two ports where we can put a oil pressure sensor and a oil temp sensor, which we have sitting right here. So this is what's going to thread into that, which is going to be for our oil pressure gauge. And once we get all this in, the car will be ready to do its first strip event as soon as we get tires. That's going to be the next step. But we are close, so I'm going to get to work. I have to take off the front bumper to jack up this car, and then I'm going to go ahead and jack it up, drain the oil, do a normal oil change, and then clean it up and try and install the adapter. Alright, it's been a while since I've recorded the last clip of this video, but our tires are in, our wheels are loaded up, everything's loaded up into the car. We're going to take all this to work tomorrow and mount all the tires onto the wheels. This wheel looks really nice. This one is decent. This one's pretty rough in person, but just take a step back, it looks fine, except for the barrels, which you won't be able to see, so that's fine. So yeah, it's all loaded up. That's going to be the end of this video. Track day is going to be coming up soon. It's going to be July 19th at Mid Pond. Very excited. I'm going to take the car to get cleaned tomorrow and wash it off. Whoever cut our grass, got stuff all over the car. But it is what it is. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one, which will probably be at the track. Peace.